Okay, so I'm back and we just talked about this table. Now let's use it. So let's start out with one-step problems. So I'm just making numbers up off the top of my head. It's 311 right now, so I'm going to say 311, let's say, kilograms. And we need to convert that to grams. Okay, so I am going to write 311 kilograms first because that's what I'm starting with. I'm going to turn that to a fraction by putting it over 1, and then I'm going to multiply it by a number that equals 1. But it's going to look really complex and not equal to 1. So first off, if I have kilograms here in the numerator, I'm going to need to put kilograms here in the denominator. And I'm going to go kilograms to grams. And I'm going to look on my sheet here, and I see kilo. So 1 kilogram equals 10 to the third grams. So 1 kilogram equals 10 to the third grams. So I'm going to put a 1 next to kilo and a 10 to the third next to grams. Those two equal each other. So anything divided by itself or something it equals, that becomes 1. And 1 times anything leaves that anything unchanged. So that's why it's okay to multiply by this. Now that is a more, that's not something you absolutely have to do well on the test, but it is a part of this, so I wanted to let you know. Most importantly, you put here what you start out with, whatever units here you're going to have here, at least for the beginning types of problems. And then this says go in kilograms to grams, so I ask myself, can I? And I can because I have this conversion because of this table. Now, kilograms in the numerator cancel with the denominator, and so it just equals grams. Now, let me put up my calculator. So on this calculator, let me see if I can make it to where you can see that well. Okay, I'm turning it on. I'm gonna open up the parentheses. And if you were writing along with me, then hopefully you will have seen that I started out with 311, and then I multiplied by 10 raised to the third. There's more than one way to do 10 raised to the third, but I'm going to do it in this simpler way. And then I close the parentheses. And then I divide. So I multiplied everything in the numerator. Then I'm dividing by what's in the denominator, which is 1 times 1. And then close the parentheses. So I encapsulate everything in the numerator with the parentheses, and then divide, and then do the same thing with the denominator in parentheses. And then I get my answer. I happen to have this in scientific notation setting. I won't always have it that way. I just was working with the student and had it that way. So, in other words, open parenthesis, multiply everything across the top, close it, divide, open it back up, multiply everything along the bottom, close it, hit enter. And then I'm left with 3.11 times 10 to the 5th. Started out with 3 sig figs, end with 3 sig figs, so I'm good. Last thing I want to say is once you get more adept at doing this, you will find shortcuts. But this whole parentheses and then dividing thing is a surefire way to enter your numbers into the calculator and get a correct answer. All right, I'll see you in the next video.